Are we live? Are we live?
Are we rolling? I don't see it here.
All right.
Now we are.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. No intro today.
Yeah.
We had a huge update. That's why we're late.
Crazy.
Welcome to the Super Ugly Show. Again, we had a huge update. Sorry for being late, everybody. I know we were off last week, so your anticipation to see my face again must have been really fucking high. So I know waiting that extra hour definitely was torture. Also, baby, if you're watching, there's no intros tonight. After the update, it's not playing the audio for the intros, so someone will have to figure out.
And if you're new...
And if you are new... Wait.
Subscribe to the channel if you're checking us out on...
Oh, yes, the Russo's Brand thing. Okay, if you're listening to us on the audio-only versions on Russo's Brand, we're live every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Go to Super Ugly Show on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. You don't only get our show, you also get This Is Life with a very beautiful, very sexy host, Jessica, also my wife. And you get me, and we have a rotating cast of characters coming in all the time. It's a lot of fun. Good time. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, typically. We're late today, so, things happen. But that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Life. And, of course, Super Ugly Show, YouTube. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We have a phone number you can call into.
And we have a special guest tonight.
We do.
Where?
I'm getting to it, bro. Come on. He knows how radio goes. You don't immediately jump right into it.
There's a special guest tonight?
You know. But then we have a comment section you can write into while we're live. And, yes, we do have a very, very special guest. It's been a long time. I think the last time he was here, he actually walked off. You were so mad.
No, I wasn't mad. I just couldn't be associated with some of the stuff the other guy was saying.
Yeah, that guy was saying some outlandish shit. Shout out to Foulmouth Ken, though. We love Kenny. But we love Orlando. It's been a long time. I've been trying to get him back here, guys, and finally we got him back. So welcome, Orlando. If anyone who doesn't know him and you're new to the show or you're listening again on the brand, he's on 94.3 The Shark out of Long Island. It's a rock radio station. You can get it on the interwebs. So if you put in 94.3 The Shark, it'll come up, right?
94.3theshark.com. Click on Listen Live. We have an app. You can go to the App Store, download it, and take us anywhere.
Play any of that pussy rock, and it's not a fucking rotating fucking door of Stairway to Heaven, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Paradise City.
No,
Sweet
we
Child
play
of
some
Mine.
deep
No,
stuff. We have to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. Everybody does.
Of course. But it's not even that it's deep stuff. It's just stuff you typically wouldn't hear on the radio.
No, we play the Nixons. You'll hear Sister. We have the 90s at 9, which I do 9 to 9:30. You could request anything from the 90s. So I play like crazy stuff like Super Drag. I can't think of the name of the song right now, and I'm blanking. But stuff that you used to see on MTV all the time.
Yeah. All right, let's get into something that happened to me. I have a older daughter. She's going to be 20 in a couple weeks. Beautiful girl. She is. She's a beautiful girl. She's, of course, on social media. And when you're on social media and people are friends of friends, they will pop up and, recommended and yada, yada, yada. So a friend of mine, well, let's start it this way. So my daughter last night, me and my wife were outside, we're bullshitting. My daughter comes out and she shows her phone to me and she goes, Dad, Mom, either one of you guys know this guy? I look at her and I go, yeah, I do. Now, it's one of my friends who's damn near 40 trying to fuck my 19-year-old daughter. To be fair, this guy didn't know it was my daughter because we're not friends like that. You know what I mean? Like where he knows my kids and shit. Yeah. So he didn't know it was my daughter, to be perfectly fair to this person. And if he's ever watching this, there's no hate. I love you. You know who you are. But
you're still a creep.
You're a creep, dude.
If you knew how old she was, you're a
Her
creep.
prom picture was on like 9 pictures down. It was a prom picture. Like, you're kind of a creep, dude.
It's legal, but it's creepy.
It's creepy. Yeah, exactly. I get it's legal. And, dude, come on. You don't stand a chance with her. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Fucking balls
when
on
I heard
him.
it, I was laughing my ass off.
That was like when we were in hedonism and we get these people that would walk up to us. And after we would shoo them away, I would look at Jess and go, did they really think they had a shot with us? Like, what the fuck were they thinking? That the ball's on them to come up to me and you looking the way they fucking look.
Swingers have zero boundaries. None. They don't care.
And they're not rude about it.
They're not.
They're not rude about it. And we're not swingers. We're more voyeurs.
But they'll move to the next one. They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll just shoot to wherever.
We're voyeuristic, but in Jamaica. You know what I mean? It's not like, we get a little crazy
You're
around
not
here,
doing it
but-
the next block over with the neighbors?
Nah. We're not swingers.
Even though
We
they
don't
want
share.
to.
No. And that was our main thing in hedonism. We kept telling everybody, we're like, as soon as they were approaching us, we'd be like, just so you know, we don't share.
Right.
But
It's sobering to know that you finally got old. When I got separated from my first wife, because I collect them, I was at a Starbucks, and this girl pulls me over, and she's looking at my tattoos, and she names Andrew Wood, she names Lane Staley, and she's talking. Now, she looked younger. She was hot. She didn't look that much younger, and it's going well. It could be maybe 5 minutes into the conversation, and she goes, "Yeah, my dad and I love this music. We listen to it together all the time." And she just might as well need me right in the balls.
Exactly.
Like, that day comes for everyone where you realize you're old.
Now, do you think she did that as a defense mechanism to let you know I'm a young girl that my dad showed me this music, or do you think she just was like a naive girl? Yeah. All right. No, you never know.
She called me over in the first place.
True.
You know?
True. Now, never knew you had the Lane Staley tattoo.
I have two, actually.
How have me and you never talked Alice in Chains?
I have the Mad Season. Is this? Yeah, the Mad Season tattoo as well.
God.
That's why he has the vacant collar, because he's always pulling down his
He is. He's always. Your collars are always stretched out. I noticed. Always stretched out. But yeah, dude, we've been together on countless occasions at this time, and we've never discussed how, to me, in my humbled opinion, Alice in Chains is the greatest band.
Your opinions are never humble, all right?
Alice in Chains is the greatest band to come out of that whole grunge
But
Seattle
that opinion
era.
is correct, so it doesn't have to be humble.
Because people always go, Nirvana. No. Nirvana
Nirvana
great.
had a bigger impact.
Absolutely.
Nirvana's the most overrated band of that entire era.
It's not really overrated.
You know what? Now, as an adult and older and time has gone on, I'm going to Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots way before I'm going to Nirvana.
Kurt killed himself in 1994.
Okay.
And I understand that they were selling records and things like that, but you were in high school with us. You remember the cool kids listened to Alice in Chains. I mean, Nirvana made being nerdy cool, but it was after Kurt died that everybody loved Nirvana.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because I was on board since 91 with Nevermind.
Right.
I'm not going to act like I didn't hop on when Smells Like Teen Spirit came out. I absolutely did. But I also bought Insecticide when it came out. I also bought Bleach to follow up with Nevermind, because, why not know the whole catalog?
All the jocks had Nevermind shirts on after he died.
It's the same
Yeah.
with Biggie and Tupac,
Yep.
or everybody who dies. Now everybody's a huge fan of
But
them.
you have to also attribute that the Unplugged did that.
Oh, the Unplugged actually.
I mean,
well,
that was released post.
It was posthumously.
Yeah.
The thing with the Unplugged was that, that didn't come out till 1996. 95,
No.
96.
95.
It was recorded
no,
in
it was
94.
late 94. It was like November, winter of 94.
It wasn't released
I mean,
on CD until later.
That performance,
Oh, well, look, okay.
everybody loved that performance.
Again, I think it's the most overrated Unplugged out there. You look at the Unplugged, they were threatened to be sued. They didn't do any Nirvana songs. The Meat Puppets stuff on that, the 4 songs, only Lake of Fire was a single. The other 3 are garbage. The best performance on that was the David Bowie cover.
Hold on. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to sit back.
Oh Me, Plateau.
Lo-
Those
I
are good songs?
I love Plateau.
I love Plateau. Oh Me, I'll give you that one. If I had to move them.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
All right, I give you that one. But, dude, I'm not going to sit here and let you bash the Nirvana Unplugged. There's no way I'm going to allow that, dude. That is a...
Shortest Unplugged.
It doesn't matter. It's
Didn't
still
have
great.
di-
It's still
didn't have
great.
nearly enough Nirvana songs on it.
I love how they did it, honestly. Because what did you want them to do? An
If
unplugged
he-
version of Smells Like Teen Spirit?
Yes.
I don't want to hear that.
Alice in Chains Unplugged Wood is probably one of my favorite Unplugged performances ever. Chris Cornell doing any of his songs acoustic.
Wait,
if you
Alice in
ever
Chains, which one?
Wood, when he did Wood
I
acoustic.
love Wood, but I'm sorry. Nutshell stole the show for me.
Well, yeah, it was
You
the
can-
opening track.
No, but not
the
even
thing
that,
about Nutshell
like-
acoustic is you can't.
Nutshell acoustic, when Lane was singing it, you
Yeah.
could literally see the pain and despair
Absolutely.
in his fuck. Like, you watch this man and go, this is a broken fucking man. When he's doing that Nutshell on Unplugged, he's holding the mic like this, eyes closed the whole time. He could barely hold himself up because he's so fucked up on drugs.
He was the only one wearing long sleeves for a reason.
Yeah.
Look, I agree with you about the performance. I'm just comparing the electric songs to the acoustic versions. Nutshell still sounded like Nutshell.
Yes.
Wood was an acoustic version of a powerful song.
Now that I'm replaying it back in my head, it's so fucking.
And that's
the
what I mean.
harmonizing on it too was amazing.
I would have loved to have heard Nirvana break down an acoustic version of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Now, everyone says it's because Kurt was this master performance artist. No, they didn't have the talent. He couldn't break down Smells Like Teen Spirit and do that acoustic.
Kurt live in a real Nirvana
Is not
concert
good.
is not good. There is very, 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 very few live performances of Nirvana that are good.
Because Nirvana was a punk band. Nirvana wasn't supposed to be the vehicle for that movement. Mother Love Bone was. 3 days before Andy Wood died, 3 days before the album was supposed to be released, Andy Wood died. They went to Mudhoney because you had all of these reporters from Europe in Seattle waiting to launch this scene. Mother Love Bone was going on tour with Aerosmith. They were going to take the Seattle scene into the stratosphere. Andy's dead. Now what do? They go to Mudhoney, say, do you want to be the leader of this? No. Nirvana was third on the list. Now, for everybody that said, oh, Kurt never wanted to be a rock star, that was all a myth. Saint Eddie Vedder, he's full of crap.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a rock star. You're playing the Barclays Center.
You don't want to be a rock star, then why'd you get in front of a mic?
Thank you.
Like, that's just stupid. Of course you did. No little kid goes, I want to be a mediocre, not that they're mediocre, but I want to be an unknown rock star.
I just want to play clubs, man. No, you don't.
Like every kid's in their room going, hey, 3 people, you ready to rock? Or are they going, yeah, fucking Madison Square Garden. You know, like.
But see, I think if Lane Staley would have died in 1994, we would have heard more about Alice in Chains.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, he died in like the 2000s, correct?
2002.
Yeah, I was blown away when I found that out.
The same day Kurt Cobain died, April 5th.
Yeah, but I didn't realize it was that far out. Like, I thought it was like early, like maybe 97, 98. I figured he probably would have died because I wasn't into Alice in Chains the way I was into them. When I became like 2021, I fucking OD'd on Alice in Chains and was just like, why? I listened to them when they were out. You know, I had dirt, but it never grabbed me. When I was older, it fucking grabbed me, and I was like, this is fucking what that era was about, not Nirvana. Nirvana's
they
good.
Were in limbo. Alice in Chains and Soundgarden broke up, whereas Pearl Jam and Nirvana, like Pearl Jam stayed together. They went through the Ticketmaster thing, so they had a lull, but they were still together. And Nirvana, well, they had to end. So that's why Nirvana, we all want what we can't have.
Yeah.
We all want what's unattainable. And Nirvana was unattainable. And then Dave Grohl came out with the Foo Fighters, and he turned into the biggest band in the world. But that's why Nirvana had such a powerful following.
Do you have the Skype open by any chance? Can you open that just in case? Now, someone wrote this here, and you're a bigger music guy than even I am, which I like to consider myself pretty big on music, and you're actually, no, AC/DC. Master of Reality, first grunge rock album, Dr. Earl says.
Master of Reality, Black Sabbath?
That's what he's saying. He says, I still consider Master of Reality by Black Sabbath the first grunge rock album.
It's funny. I consider Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction the first grunge album.
Really? I hear like LA rock in that.
Look, at the time, you had Poisons talking about having nothing but a good time, Def Leppard pouring sugar on people, and Guns N' Roses with a member of the Seattle community, and Duff McKagan, who played with all those guys in the band, saying...
Who's a financial genius, by the way. I know. Yeah, it's a weird little fact about him.
But here comes Guns N' Roses saying, you're in the jungle, baby. You're going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, that was grunge. With Black Sabbath, I get where he's going with that, but that's heavy metal.
Yeah, I mean, Sabbath's always going to be heavy metal, but maybe like the sound, the influence of the sound, maybe he's referencing. I could see that.
It's Sweet Leaf, those chords, that's all metal.
I don't know the album, that's why, so I can't reference
on Master
the
Reality, you have Sweet Leaf. What else is on there? Children of the Grave? I don't remember off the top of my head.
Did Earl call in?
He's calling in now.
All right. This dude, he's a music savant, this guy. He's a great dude. A little weird, but great dude.
Are we all?
I think you've seen him before, actually, on the show. He's got the big hair, Dr. Earl. No? You might recognize him when you see him. Really nice guy. We love him. We love Earl. He's one of our regulars.
There you are, guys.
He's definitely a rocker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he
hear
actually
me?
played for us. Our last show, yeah. He closed out the show. He did a little jamming on his guitar.
Can
He's
you
not
hear me,
bad.
dudes?
He shredded pretty well.
What's up, dude?
Earl.
Guys?
He's talking. He can't hear us. Oh, no.
Hold on.
Oh, nerds.
Can you hear me, guys?
Technical
Anyway.
difficulties.
Nah, we could keep going, though. All right, let's talk about some other stuff. You know what? I did want to
Okay.
get into this actually.
Earl, just
wait.
stay there. Hang out. Good.
I now you said this was a few years old, but I just recently got put onto this as a Pantera fan. I was appalled to see this because he was playing Walk after he fucking did this, and it wasn't with Pantera because obviously there is no Pantera.
No, it was a Dimebag Darrell tribute
show exactly. And Phil Anselmo goes on stage. Was he drunk or on drugs?
Yeah, he was wasted out of his
okay.
mind.
He was wasted, and at the end of the fucking song "Walk" or the show, I guess
It was the end of the show.
he fucking does a white
then-
power salute
Yep.
and goes "White Power" and walks off stage.
Talking about the former singer of Pantera.
Now, not that heavy metal doesn't already have the stigma that they're all a bunch of racists, you know what I mean? But that doesn't help it. And a guy like Phil Anselmo is an unhinged maniac. And when you see things like that, for him to now, I heard him.
Earl, you hear us?
Yes, I hear you.
Ah,
Oh,
there
he
you
is.
are, brother.
Very
hold
low.
on. Hold on. Earl, talk
I
again.
turn you're three.
Am I
Okay.
what?
Talk.
All right, I'm here. What's up?
All right, in the chat, right, if you could hear Earl. Because it's not reading, you saying, Rich?
No, I'm just trying to turn him up now a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But it's-
Anyone, Real Heel, right? If you could hear Earl when he was just talking, please. But yeah, heavy metal doesn't need that type of shit. You know what I mean? It's already got a kind of a
The
racist kind of tone to it already.
Problem that I have with it, and again, you see, the second you talk about it and not just cut Phil Anselmo's head off, you're automatically a racist. It was a mistake.
Well, that's why I asked if he was drunk. Yeah.
Nobody is going to deny that it was a mistake, but Pantera has been around since 1990. Actually, they've been around since
Before
the
that, the
80s, and they
yeah.
were a hair metal band.
Yeah, I remember that picture, dude. It's
You know,
fucking
just
scary.
because this was one
See
cell
Vinnie
phone
Paul.
video, yeah,
Vinnie Paul in that fucking
with the
picture
hair,
is
he
the
was
greatest thing
Diamond
ever.
Darrell back in the day, Darrell Abbott.
And
Okay.
Rex Brown, the bass player, was known as Rex Rocker. Back then.
Exactly. But
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying is, it was a mistake, and we're going to crucify everybody for one mistake. Phil has been around for over 30 years. That's one incident in
No,
30
I agree.
years.
I'm not crucifying him. I just
No,
find it
others did,
interesting.
though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And that's the
Yeah.
problem. And there was
I'm
a
sure.
band for a while. It's like, look, the guy got drunk and he made a mistake,
Yeah.
and he's an idiot, and he probably woke
Even
up the
if
next
he
day.
was a racist, I'm a firm believer in separating the art from the artist. I can absolutely do that and go, even though that guy's a piece of shit, he still makes great fucking music.
To a point, I agree with you, but like you take Gary Glitter, he wrote "I Love Rock and Roll."
Yeah, that's
when
a
I
little-
hear the original,
Kid
you know,
touching crosses a line.
Kid Touching crosses a line, and then he sings a song. I saw her standing there by the record machine. She couldn't have been 17. You know,
Yeah, no, kid touching is the one line that to me is completely unacceptable.
Hell, no matter what he did, and most likely we'll never hear that other song of his in any sporting events ever again.
Rock and
Most
Roll
likely.
Part 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Earl, make sure that you talk as loud as you can when you're speaking up, please.
Yeah. I'm allowed right now. I'm speaking loud as I can.
Thanks, buddy.
Because I'm the only one in the house right now. Everybody took off to do some shit, so I got the whole house to myself.
We're gonna break out the lotion and the computer, aren't you?
Oh gosh, no.
Now, Earl,
No. Yes.
is it true you're now going to the gym because you're thinking about joining the NFL or trying out for an NFL team? I heard this.
Now, who said that?
I heard it on one of the other shows. I can't remember exactly who said it, but someone was saying that you started working out and you were going to try to make a run at the NFL.
I am not in the interest. I'm not a big on the NFL.
Oh, you're not. So this is false. You're not going to try out for the NFL?
Oh, why would I try for an NFL? I'd rather try out
I
for
thought I thought it was weird too, Earl.
actually.
No. All right. Well, I hear things, so I just want to get the facts out there. You know how it goes,
And by
dude.
the way, you're talking about massive reality. I said in the chat, I consider that one of the true first grunge rock albums of all time because, let's face it, it helped give birth to a band like Soundgarden with the tempo changes, the down-to-earth lyrics, the detuning of the instruments.
You
You
don't
know,
fuck around when it comes to music, bro.
I mean, it was so metal, though. I mean, with that first Soundgarden album and the songs like Incessant Mace, you could make the argument that they didn't borrow, they ripped off Dazed and Confused. I mean, there was a lot of Zeppelin influence with
And
that album
first
as well.
Soundgarden album, is it grunge or is it metal? Because like Rusty Cage and stuff like that is very
The first
heavy.
Soundgarden album was metal. The first Alice in Chains album was metal.
Yeah.
Andrew Wood died. Nirvana became the next big thing, and everything went grunge.
Yeah.
You could hear a
what,
difference.
though? Like people say that, but no one else had that Nirvana sound. Like Stone Temple Pilots sounded differently, Soundgarden sounded differently, Pearl Jam sounded differently, Alice in Chains sounded
They
differently.
all got grungier though. Everything had that sludginess
SDP
to
went
it.
the other way. They went poppy. with
But
it.
Stone Temple Pilots weren't a Seattle band. They were from California. They were
Yeah,
doing
but
everything they
claimed
could.
Seattle, didn't they?
They did everything they could to separate themselves, and they got lumped in. Scott Weiland got lumped in as being an Eddie Vedder clone. They did everything they could to separate themselves from that for
Who's
that
got
reason.
the better pipes?
Scott Weiland or Eddie Vedder? Scott Weiland by far.
That's
By
why I
far.
fucking like this
Eddie,
guy,
Eddie
man.
Vedder is not a great vocalist.
When he does that kind of folky thing, like elderly woman behind the counter, black.
Yellow Ledbetter.
Yeah, Yellow Ledbetter. His voice is great. I really love his voice when he's doing those slow songs.
But it's unique to that band.
Yeah, yeah. But Scott Weiland, the 120-minute version of Plush.
Yeah.
Where it's just the guitar, him, and one of the DeLeo brothers.
This is a song called Plush.
Yeah, exactly. Arguably the greatest acoustic performance of all time. That song chills me every time I hear it. It fucking chills me.
Scott's got great covers. Scott's got great solo stuff. When
His
you hear
Christmas
Eddie
album
do
was
stuff,
great.
it was amazing. Well, but he could do that music. I mean, it was
Yeah.
terrible, but he could do Bing Crosby.
But Eddie can't do anything on his own.
He sounds like Eddie.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
It sounds the same.
Yeah, a little too much of that.
Yep.
And you can't understand a word the guy's saying. That's the problem.
If
too.
you like it, it's fantastic. I'm not taking away from Pearl Jam fans, but he's not a great vocalist.
But you want to understand the lyrics so
Yeah.
you can understand what he's singing about. And when
Yeah.
I didn't get one word of that.
Yeah.
There are
I-
songs where it's
You can't-
legitimately like
Yellow Ledbetter. I can't understand any of the fucking words.
no.
on
Because
the-
he's not saying anything. He's deliberately not saying real words. What you hear on Yellow Ledbetter is him just getting something on tape so they can go back to it, and they never did.
and it sounds so good. It sounds amazing.
That's what is that one? Because I always get that elderly woman and another one mixed up. Yellow Ledbetter is. Hey,
I like Better Man. Better Man's a good song. Even-
At the
Oh
end.
no, that's black. That's black. See?
I don't know, dude, because what you did could have been anything.
No, but because then it goes into sheets of
That's black.
empty- Yeah, that's black. Stained, by the way, did a great cover of that
Yeah.
song. An amazing cover of that song.
Stain had a couple good songs.
Outside is phenomenal. I don't care what anyone says. I love Outside. That song with him and Fred Durst from the Family Values '99.
Let me see your cigarette lighters.
Dude, it's such a fucking good fucking acoustic. There's something about an acoustic fucking version of anything that just grabs me where I'm like, that's so fucking good. Like Wanted Dead or Alive, 86
Yeah.
MTV Music
Do you know
Awards.
that they started the MTV
Yeah,
Unplugged?
because of that
When
performance.
they came out and did Dead or Alive
Was that
acoustic.
86 or 87?
89.
It was 89?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You loved that whole fucking thing.
What?
What's his face?
Bon Jovi?
Yeah, Bon Jovi.
Who
yes.
didn't?
Yeah.
What, Earl, what was that?
Yeah, ever since that, every artist, decided to do an unplug, including Korn, including, Rat, including all these other bands. Stevie Ray Vaughan did an acoustic some stuff there, and which was top notch, by the way.
Stevie Ray Vaughan was the first official Unplugged.
Now, didn't Kiss try to claim they created Unplugged? I know Gene thinks he invented
They want to
everything.
create everything.
But didn't
There's-
Gene honestly say, no, we did it first on VH1 and da-da-da-da, right? He's such a fucking jerk. Have you ever met him?
Gene Simmons? No, I just met Ace Frehley, though.
Ace, I hear, is great. I hear he's a nice guy.
He was really cool.
Yeah, I hear Gene is a fucking dickhead, especially if you don't have a pair of tits. If you don't have tits, Gene won't even give you the time of day, even if you're interviewing him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. No, this is not allegedly, because I heard him on Opie and Anthony, where he was a real fucking asshole. A real asshole.
When he was doing a show at the Ritz in Roseville back in Michigan around 1990, got his autograph and everything. It was just a brief little message because he came to our old restaurant to have a bite to eat, before he went into sound check. So I was able to get his autograph, thank goodness,
Yeah, right. All right. Earl, we're going to let you go about it because we're going to get into a bunch of other things. Let's get off the music for a little bit. We always do this when Orlando gets here, though. That's why. You know why? Because I have someone...
Earl, what's up?
Did you get that? I know you're going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Did you get my meme up there on your message?
Yeah, we got it, brother.
Yeah,
We got it. It's a good one.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them going around. I love these things.
yeah.
So, all right, Earl, call back in for This Is Life. We got some stuff we probably can go over with you.
Bye-bye.
All right, later, brother.
Bye.
All right, yeah, like I said, let's get off the music thing because we spent like almost a half hour on it already. I got a bunch of stuff. You want to do Chris Cuomo? You want to do the Bagel Boss guys fighting Lenny Dykstra?
Yo, hold on. I got something with that. First of all, it is confirmed that he is fighting Lenny Dykstra because I actually met the Bagel Boss guy last night.
And why is he not on our show?
I'm not sucking that
Where
guy's
did you
dick.
meet him?
Are you fucking kidding me? What? Sorry.
He was busy with a whole bunch of fucking people surrounding him and shit.
Where
and
was he?
He was in Babylon.
Like at an appearance?
No, he was just fucking jerking around with his friends.
This fucking guy gets like paid appearances 4 or 5 times what I get paid for an appearance.
But here's the problem with him. He's under the impression now that he's famous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that because he's famous, he'll be a millionaire. He was on Jim Norton's Chip Chippison podcast. And everybody in the room is fucking with this guy. Like, he thinks he's hot shit.
But the
And
sad thing is, he is famous right now.
right, not
Everyone's
anymore,
talking
though.
to him.
He's not even anymore, though.
But you know
it's
what?
gone already.
He'll make more money on this 15 minutes of fame, not even 5 minutes of fame. He'll make more money this year than the 3 of us put together.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You really think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
Bro, a lot of
He'll do those stupid conventions.
Yeah.
He-
People
but
are going
who
to pay him
wants
to
to
go to a
see-
club,
who wants to see him
club
anymore?
dates.
That Cash Me Outside girl made $1 million for
Yeah, but
wanting to
that's
fight her
different.
mother.
That's different.
He's in just as many memes. He's in just as many
No,
quotes.
Pass Me Outside girl's making records and shit now. She's doing tours and
I
stuff.
guarantee you he'll do porn. I
Yeah,
bet you.
You're probably right. You're probably right. They're absolutely right. He's right. The last time we hear about Bagel Boss guy will be his porn.
Yep.
tape. You're absolutely
And it'll be called
fucking
like
right.
Size Doesn't Matter.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly. Imagine he's hung like a fucking rhinoceros. He's just got a huge fucking dong. He's like a tripod, you know? He sticks both his legs up and just holds himself up on his dick. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, you know it's funny. You're talking about short people. I was pulling up to a gas pump, and a big, one of those big fucking work trucks pulled behind me, right? And I'm sitting there, whatever, and the guy fucking blasts his horn.
Hey, yo.
So I pull up so he can gas up, whatever, being courteous, and he was doing it to kind of be a dick.
Yeah.
So he gets out and he goes into the store. He starts going. I see him get out. So I follow right behind him, and I like speed walk where I'm like right fucking behind him.
Can I just stop one fast real thing?
Good.
This is what's great about being big. Because the only
Yep.
reason he got out is now to fuck with this guy
fuck with the
because
guy. Yep.
he honked not knowing who the fuck is behind
Yep.
the wheel.
Yeah.
Now, as a big guy, you go, you fucked up. Because I honk at people never knowing who's behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Now, someone like him comes out and be like, oh, fuck.
He wasn't he didn't look behind him yet, right? And I get out and I'm following him. He doesn't know I'm behind
How
him.
tall? My height?
He was probably like this, probably like 5'2", was 5'3".
Yeah, no, not my height.
So
That's
so
John's
when
height.
he's walking into the store, he doesn't know I'm behind him. He's about to put his order in for his gas.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get and he looks behind him and sees me and he starts
Put
drifting
2
away on
together.
his talking and goes towards the window and doesn't say anything
now
else
he's
to the guy.
realizing the truck that he beeped at is
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So he walks away and stops ordering the gas and looks out the window for some reason for like 5 seconds. I put my order in for the gas and I
To
go
avoid
pump.
dealing with you.
But
Exactly.
he just drifted away.
Yeah,
it was
of
fucking
course.
Because
Of
you don't want to
course.
get his ass kicked.
You know why? Because everyone's tough behind the wheel. Everyone's tough behind
He
the
wasn't
wheel.
expecting me to be behind him, and when he looked, he forgot he forgot how much gas he was gonna get, and he forgot to order the fucking
Yeah.
gas, and it was kind of funny.
See, that's why I wish I was big just once. You know,
Everyone's
just for
got a
moment like
plan
that.
until they get punched in the mouth.
But, it's got to be great to walk around, just be intimidating just
Yeah.
because you're that. You know what I'm saying?
How tall are you? 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'4".
Yeah.
So.
6'4", what are you pushing, 300 again?
No, 280.
I'm going to say
Look at
290.
No, I just weighed
Big
myself.
fucking guy,
I
dude.
just
Yeah,
weighed
he's
myself.
gigantic. He's gigantic.
But,
again, This is why he's my daughter's godfather.
Talking about fights. This weekend we got fucking a great, intriguing fucking fight.
Are you guys
going
to broadcast during the fights?
Yes.
Yeah, we should.
If we get enough, I don't broadcast if there's not enough people here. You know what I mean? So if we have a decent amount of people, even if it's like 4 of us, I don't like doing it when it's like me and Richie and my wife.
Right.
You know, because then we got to do 4 hours with the 3 of us, and it's like I don't want to fill that kind of time.
But you don't like the Diaz, but you do. You're a fan.
In this fight, I like Diaz.
Yeah.
In this fight, I like Diaz.
Whether you wanted to win or lose, you still like him.
I respect him.
Okay.
I never not respected I never didn't respect the Diaz brothers.
Yeah.
I just don't like the Diaz brothers.
See, the thing is with the Diaz brothers, they make you want to watch, and they make it
Absolutely.
interesting. They make it interesting again, like they just bring something to the fucking table that it's
But
missing.
the funny thing is, the same people that vilify the Diaz brothers put Conor McGregor on a pedestal. And the thing about the Diaz brothers to me is it's real.
Yeah.
Conor's full of shit. Whereas the Diaz brothers, I believe everything that comes out of their mouth.
No, Conor's putting on a show.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Conor's an actor where they're
Right.
from Stockton, California.
Yeah.
And they're
Right.
everything they're saying is real.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't like people that fucking bash McGregor either, because the people that say they hate Conor McGregor pay to watch his fights. Like,
I can't stand to watch Conor
I
McGregor.
like Conor.
Yeah, but
No,
you're
I
just
like Conor, but I know he's an actor.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. He's full of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
like
but-
when you walk out doing the Vince McMahon walk,
Yep.
yeah.
you're putting on a show.
Of course.
That's it. You know, you went, I like what he's doing. I'm going to do that shit.
But,
don't
it got
don't
overboard with the throwing the bottles and
course.
stuff.
Oh,
It's
that
like,
was ridiculous.
It's like,
and then
dude,
the busting. The
But-
busting was
the
fucking
buzz, yeah.
crazy.
don't say you're not a fan of Conor McGregor when you won't miss his fights. Because if you're buying his
I'm
fights,
not-
you're a
I
fan.
don't- I don't
you know?
miss his
No, I'm just
fights.
talking to
That
anybody
Khabib-
in general.
That Khabib fight was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen.
Of course.
I honestly
On
hope
all
he
ends,
never
though.
fights again.
On all ends, though. The way Khabib handled himself, everybody handled
Yeah, he
themselves
looked like an asshole
shit.
too.
The fight itself, yes, kind of looked like garbage. You got manhandled.
Again,
But
Conor was bringing up his son.
Yeah, his
Conor
religion.
was, not for anything. For anybody that was shocked about what Khabib did, he embarrassed him. Then he went after everybody else.
no, but that's where
not
he was wrong.
condoning.
You had Conor in the ring. You had the guy that was really the catalyst of it.
Exactly.
His boys talking shit is what they're supposed to do. What are they not supposed to talk shit? He's paying these guys to talk shit. You know, so you got to understand that. But you had the guy in the ring. You had the main guy. Conor was the main guy, not the dude you jumped out and tried to fight in the crowd.
But it's human
Conor's the guy.
emotion. You can disagree with what he did and understand it. The fact of the matter is these guys are literally at that point caged animals.
Oh,
his
absolutely.
adrenaline's going. He just beat the crap out of the guy that desecrated
dude,
his
he almost
entire
popped his
faith.
fucking head off with
Right.
that fucking-
So you know what? I don't agree with what Khabib did, but I understand it. And if Conor didn't act like such a goddamn slob for weeks,
Yeah,
that wouldn't
it
have
wouldn't
happened.
have happened. You're right.
You
And the
poked the
busting.
beast.
And the busting.
And the busting.
Yeah.
You poked the beast, and then you got your ass kicked.
Oh yeah, he
All right,
definitely did.
So
yeah,
let's let's all agree that Conor and Diaz is the fight everybody wants to see.
It's the only fight that anyone still wants to see. No one's going to buy Conor against Khabib because we saw what
they
happened.
do, but it's just the fight that that means
I don't think
something.
anybody does.
That's why this Diaz
important
Pettis
to the
thing,
UFC.
it means something because there's substance behind it.
I think that you're going to see Diaz win no matter what because the UFC absolutely needs Diaz to win. So they have a fight with Conor again.
Pettis is no slouch,
But he
this-
doesn't
this
have
is-
the name.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Pettis has a good chance of beating Diaz for 3 rounds.
Pettis has one of the greatest knockouts in fight
He's
history.
he's evil. That knockout's evil.
That knockout is fucking. It's played
Is this-
over when people play MMA. That
Yeah.
fucking knockout's in every clip.
Is this 3 or 5 rounds?
It's a 3-rounder because
Fuck.
because this is the funny thing.
I want this 5 rounds,
Not
man.
only is this fight on the undercard, people are forgetting about the main event of this UFC event,
Cormier.
which is Cormier
Yeah.
and Stipe.
Yeah, but no, that doesn't matter. This is so much
No,
more
but
intriguing.
that's the point. Yes, it fucking does. Their last fight, Cormier maybe got lucky and caught him with a good shot.
Yeah.
You know,
Cormier was getting his ass kicked, man.
Is this a co-main event? Because if it is, then the Diaz fight
no,
is 5
the
rounds.
Diaz fight is 3 rounds, bro. Just
It
let
is?
go with the
Yeah.
5-round thing. It's not going to be 5.
I want it to be 5.
I know you do, but it's not
Right?
going to be. We all want it to
Diaz
be
hasn't
5.
fought in 3 years. I mean, it's a 3-round
No,
fight.
his conditioning though is always top notch. Him and Nick.
He might be, but it's different when you're in that octagon. I can almost guarantee
But
it's a 3-round fight to help Diaz.
But do you think they've stopped training or
No,
still
he's-
doing the cardio
he's
they've
triathlon
always
They
shape.
don't
Dude,
train,
they do triathlons just for fun, the Diaz brothers.
but they don't train the way they would for a fight.
No, you're right. You're
You know,
right.
like, he's
but that
not in
training
there.
also fucks you up in the long run. Like you train mad hard for 6 to 8
For the
weeks,
fight, yeah.
right? But then the effect that does on your body fucks you up. So it could help him that maybe he wasn't doing those rigorous cutting weight, or putting on weight.
I
type
agree,
things.
but that's why it's a 3-round fight.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a 3-round fight
Well,
to
they-
help Diaz.
Dana White and the entire UFC wants Diaz to win
Yes.
this fight. 1,000,000%, I
do.
agree with you.
Which is why they're
Absolutely.
doing everything they can to give Diaz an advantage,
Absolutely.
Why do you think that though? Why do you think they want him to win?
so he could fight Conor.
So he can. That's the
If
big fight.
Diaz loses this fight, no one's going to care because there's 2 guys that just lost their last fights.
Yep. Now think about it. Conor and Diaz.
I didn't think Dana wanted to show this fight though. I didn't think Dana wanted Diaz and Conor to
The
fight
only
again.
bigger
If
fight.
Dana wants to make money, he has no choice.
The only bigger fight in UFC right now than Conor and Diaz rematch would be a Conor and Khabib rematch, which
I don't think it would be bigger. I
you don't
really
think
don't.
I don't think so
Dude,
either.
The hate and the animosity there is still real.
It's
Yeah.
but people still want to see. So, like when we watch Mayweather and Conor, Mayweather carried that for 8 rounds so
Yeah.
that people didn't lose their minds. People aren't going to pay for a slaughter because this time it might honestly be a 1-round fight.
McGregor fans are delusional.
They always
will
think they are.
They are, but there's not as many as they used to be.
And people love a good Rocky story.
They do.
You
No, I
know?
agree with that.
And we all know in the MMA cage, anything can happen. We've seen it a million times.
Yeah, just ask what's his name that lost in 13 seconds, Aldo.
Yeah. Aldo, who's
See,
the guy
now
who
that's
just-
a guy who deserves a
Ask
rematch.
fucking Ben Askren.
Yep.
Fucking lost in 6 seconds. 6 seconds.
That's a rough one.
That was.
Yeah, he stuck
That was
his face out. I mean, that was the stupidest thing I've
well,
ever
he
seen.
went for the shoot.
Yep.
And the guy read it immediately. He was like, I know what you're doing. And
Yep.
fucking caved his fucking head in. That was a great fucking 6 seconds. I'll tell you that much. Let's talk about this dickhead from New York. Him and his stupid father,
Who are you talking about?
Cuomo.
Okay.
And his brother, Andrew, Mario, this moron. They're all fucking idiots. Andrew, our fucking lovely governor. This asshole had one job to do in 2019. One job. Recreational marijuana. Couldn't get it done. But you know what he did get done? We can't cut our cats' claws anymore. We can't, declaw cats anymore, so that's good. And then
Actually, I'm all about the not declawing the
no,
cats.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but this is the important stuff. And then hair discrimination.
What does that
You
mean?
can't discriminate someone for their hair.
Okay.
So, like, remember that video of the kid that was wrestling and the referee made him cut his dreadlocks? If they were in New York, that would be illegal. So, he's tackling those hard fucking issues. Now, you got his idiot brother, who's a left-leaning jerk-off from CNN, which all the right-leaning people are jerk-offs too, just so everybody knows. Hashtag I hate both sides. Is at a public event. Some guy's goating him, and he falls for the bait. The guy was calling him Fredo. Now, he claims, as an Italian man, that's like calling a black person the N-word.
What?
That's what this man said.
Okay.
But here's the problem with the clip. And again, I just went through this and had a public fight with Richard Marks over a similar thing. Richard Marks will not talk to me anymore. I asked him to come. I swear to God, he blocked me. You only see the clip at a certain point. You don't know
The
how.
main clip. Yeah,
you don't know how long the guy was standing
absolutely.
there.
No, the guy definitely
Taunt-
antagonized him.
And Cuomo was with his kids. Now, I know everyone says he made a scene in front of his kids.
See, you're taking this in the wrong context. I'm not even going to go there. Like, that part of it is not the story to me. The story to me is the N-word Fredo thing. Because that word...
But that's part of it.
But that
you don't
word
know
was
how long he
used-
was using it.
That word was used on his CNN show.
I get it.
By a black woman in regards to Donald Trump Jr. And the motherfucker didn't say shit when she called Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah, but everybody's
because everyone's
gonna have a
he's-
problem when
he's
it's
not
him.
Italian. He's not Italian. So I can call you the N-word and...
But Rocky,
We're
my
cool,
point
right?
was we don't know how long he was doing it. It could have been any word at that point. He could have been calling him an apple. But if you
Yeah.
say it 100 times and then you turn the camera on, he's
I
already.
agree. I agree.
That's
I'm
my
not
point.
No, I get your point. No, I'm not that. But my whole thing is that this dummy is going to equate being called Fredo to a black person be called the N-word?
Again, at that point,
Like-
we don't know what fired him up. You don't think straight. It's not a matter of defending anyone. It's a matter of not having all the facts. And you know that guy turned on the camera at the point.
Oh, yeah, when it
where
got
he
good.
got-
Or-
where
yeah,
he
got what he
had
wanted.
him.
Yeah. He was waiting because you could even see the camera angle was low. He was
Exactly.
sneaking the whole time. The guy was definitely a prick. The guy is a complete asshole. Don't act as if I'm protecting this guy
So
or on
I'm
this
not-
guy's side. He's a piece of shit. It was the fact that not only was this word used on your show and you didn't say shit about it, but then, and again, Fredo, for people who don't know, is the dumbest fucking thing ever. It's not
The
a
Godfather.
slur. Godfather
He's the dumb
2,
brother.
Fredo was the dumb brother. I was skipped over. It ain't what I wanted. But it's something Italians will be like, you're the Fredo of the
Yep.
family. Yeah, it's a diss.
I've been called the Fredo of the family a million
it's
times.
Diss, but no one takes it like, oh, how dare you? You go, funny reference from The Godfather. You got me.
Right. But
You
we
know?
don't know where it came from. And that's the only thing. Like, at that point, the guy was threatening him in front of his kids.
But that's like me.
busting his
Hold
chops in
on.
front of his kids.
Hold on, no, because that doesn't make sense. Because it doesn't matter where it came from. The word is Fredo. Okay, so if I go up to you and if I aggressively start using cotton candy towards you, now does it change the fact that it's still just cotton candy though?
Let me give you a scenario. You're walking with your daughter, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dickhead. Okay, forget it. Let's take that out. Let's just say cotton candy. I'm in your ear. You're sitting down with your daughter eating. I sit at the table with you.
This is what that guy did?
It seems like that's what he did. I'm giving you the scenario.
Allegedly though. Okay, all right.
Well, because Cuomo said, I'm with my family and you're bothering me. So again, you're with your daughter. I sit down at the table. I just keep saying cotton candy, cotton candy, cotton candy.
Yeah,
We're trying
of
to have a
course, I'm gonna get
conversation.
annoyed.
Exactly.
Of course.
And if this guy said Fredo a million times, but again, what do we see? We see a 45-second clip.
And we see
my
a man
point.
not keeping his composure and then threatening to hurl another man down a flight of stairs.
Yes.
Wait, what did he now? So
He said, if something or other, I would hurl you down this flight of I would throw you down a flight of stairs.
But to
is
act
what
like
he
you
said.
wouldn't say something similar if somebody was getting
I
in the way of your
absolutely
time
would.
with you.
But he's a hypocrite because he sits there and shits on the right side the whole fucking time for essentially reacting the same way.
Everybody's got to get after a high horse. That's the point.
Well, and
that's what
bothers
gets
me
so
the most.
dangerous
Yes,
about this
but
stuff.
That's what bothers me the most.
Everybody says, "Well, you need to compose yourself in public." It's
No,
a
fuck
bunch
that.
of
Yeah,
bullshit.
No, fuck that. I agree.
The people act.
Humans are humans. Humans are humans. You're gonna have human nature. You're gonna have human reactions.
You're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna make a mistake, but now that mistake is broadcast on the internet for all of eternity.
Absolutely agree there.
yeah, and now you're branded this person because of what somebody
But
goosed you
if
into
it wasn't
acting like.
One time.
But if it wasn't the fact that he has gone so hard on Donald Trump Jr., Donald Trump, on Melania, on fucking the entire Trump family, if he hasn't gone so hard and act as if that's okay, that was the guy's point, though.
Don't do that.
The guy's point was to kind of be like, hey, now you're going to be in his shoes. How do you like it? That was kind of the guy's point.
If
Asshole,
Cuomo
dickhead
did that to
move.
anyone in public, it's a one thing.
He does it every night on CNN.
On his show, he's not. Listen, I'll listen to anybody say anything to me on the air. Okay?
Yeah.
You're right to call in, and I hear it a million times. You're an idiot. You don't play this. You don't play that.
Yeah.
When I'm at the gym and somebody pulls my headphones out, and I've had it
I'd
happen.
Kill somebody. I'd kill somebody.
Okay, that's
Fucking-
but that's different than doing it on a show.
Yeah.
I'll say what I want on the show. You call me on the show. You want to call me a dickhead? Fine.
Yeah.
That man, and I would say the same thing if Trump was in public too with his daughter. They did it to Sarah Sanders. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
When you're in public with your family, it's off limits.
Absolutely, I agree.
And
Yeah, but
that's
not
the
to these people.
But that's what I mean. That's
No.
the difference. But Rocky's point was he's doing it on a show.
No,
It's
but-
on the show is different.
But everyone's doing eye for an eye, and that's the problem. The left and the right, everyone's now, it's just eye for an eye.
and what
or
they're not
tit for
seeing is
tat.
it's not an eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Where if I'm in public with my family, leave me the fuck alone.
Well, here's another thing that we just found out this year. This week. Sarah Silverman was fired from a job because she did blackface on her show back in 2000, whatever, and she didn't get a job because they found out she did blackface in some sketch she did, right? Now, let's say that was Mel Gibson. We'd be hearing about it constantly. How come nobody has heard about the Sarah Silverman thing? You have, you're in radio, so you get these types of
Actually,
things.
you're the first person to tell me.
Oh, you haven't heard this yet.
The
Okay,
reason why I would
exactly.
never fire I would never hire Sarah Silverman is because she was caught pulling a feminist card and lying about it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, she's a piece of garbage. Don't get me wrong. I don't.
For
like
that
Sarah
reason
Silverman.
alone, I'd never hire her.
But she's one of these
What,
lefties.
what about the
that
what about the
because
Snoop
she's-
Dogg thing pulling up whiteface?
Oh, forget it. Like that shit to me.
Never mentioned.
No, not at all. Because hey, white guys are they're not off limits. White males, you can fucking roll through the mud all day, all night, and nobody gives a shit. Let fucking Channing Tatum come out in a blackface in the beginning of a movie and fucking make a caricature of a black person and see how that goes over. But it's okay when Snoop does it. I'm not saying either one of them shouldn't be able to do it. They both should be able to do it without any repercussions. Because guess what? Some people might find it funny.
Yeah.
Some might not.
If you don't like
But-
it, then change the channel.
Exactly. And if you don't like it, just move on. But stop trying to eliminate things that you
Because
don't like.
you're not allowed to have an opinion about anything anymore. You're lumped in immediately with the other side. Richard Marx called me a Trump-loving racist
You are a sick Trump-loving racist.
So
because I
stupid.
disagreed with him on his call to action to shame a woman in a 45-second clip. It was a very similar thing to the Chris Cuomo thing.
Okay.
They call it Water Park Wendy. Did you see it?
No, what is it about?
I might have. Go ahead. Let me hear
Sesame Place.
Good.
The clip starts. You hear the woman behind the camera going, "Go ahead, say it again, say it again." Now, nothing was said. The woman being filmed says, "Get the camera out of my face." She turned around twice, right? The woman's in her face going, "She said to tell me to go back where I came from. She said to tell me to go back where I came from." And the woman says, "Get your fucking camera out of my face," with the finger up. Now, there was kids there. And she slapped the camera out of her face.
Okay.
Out of her hands, right? Richard Marx posts that video. Now, that's the video. He says, "We need to keep retweeting this and shame the racist." So I'm like, racist. Let me see what the video
Now,
says.
who's the racist? The one with the fucking camera in front of the girl's face, antagonizing and trying to get her fucking viral video,
Yeah.
or the woman who's turning her back and trying to be quiet about it? And maybe,
And you saw her try to turn her back.
no, but let's. Hey, I'm not gonna jump to conclusions here, but maybe the person holding the camera cut a line, and maybe that person on camera was going, "Go back to where you came from. You're not supposed to." And then that person goes, "Ooh, go back to where I came from," because that registers as racism, no matter what context.
And he very well could be right, but the problem is we'll never know because the video only shows 45 seconds. So what I said to
Yeah.
Richard Marx was simple. Dude, you're a public figure. You should not be calling on people to shame somebody and ruin somebody's life. This woman could be a grandmother. She could be a mother. You're ruining somebody's life based on half the facts. And he goes, "Bro, you're missing the point. Okay, it doesn't prove that she's not a racist. It doesn't prove she's a racist, but it doesn't prove she's not a racist. And you
That's
missed the
anybody.
assault."
What is
That's
that's the
anybody.
stupidest thing I've ever heard in
That's
my life?
literally anybody.
And then people are going on about the assault. Well, you shouldn't assault somebody. Again, the high and mighties. You're having a camera shoved
Yeah.
in your face.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
your camera.
Stop acting like you aren't allowed to be emotional.
Yeah.
Like you aren't allowed to be angry. She shouldn't have cursed in front of children. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's come on.
But again, this is like
But
the
at
Cuomo
that
situation.
point, and then the people defending or the people vilifying the woman is saying she should have turned around and walked away. Why didn't they say that to the woman filming her?
Well, because
why
he-
didn't she turn around and walk away?
Here's the thing, too. Because when we started this story, what did you call this story?
They call her Water Park Wendy.
Exactly. And now we have Apartment Annie.
Right.
We have Parking
Yep.
Lot Patty. We have Walmart fucking. I can't come up with a W name, but you get what I'm trying to do here.
It's a media story.
And yes, this has become a trend.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
has become clickbait. This has
Yeah.
become, buzzwords, as they say.
And it was painfully obvious that the woman filming wanted her viral video,
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
which is why we shouldn't fall for it. And that's
Trash.
what I tried to tell Richard Marx. It's absurd. I'm in an argument with the man.
Yeah.
But I said, why don't you come on my show?
And we could discuss it.
Or we'll discuss this outside of your show, off the air. I just want to show you that just because I disagree with this one thing doesn't mean you should jump to conclusions about me. He blocks me.
Wow.
Orlando, last time you shaved your back?
2 months ago.
2 months ago. Rich?
Through 3 months ago?
Why are all ball guys so hairy everywhere else?
Because we have
The testosterone,
Yeah,
yeah.
testosterone.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, why doesn't it put hair here?
It's a bad it's a scientific thing. It's bad
we have fucking so much testosterone going through our balls that it takes away from our head.
Okay, so maybe you're a bigger
You
man.
could Google this.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it's-
there's
No,
science
telling
on it.
whoever it is.
Yeah, it's my wife actually. That's good. So I had something else I wanted to get into too. Let's see. Did either one of you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet?
No.
No, were you talking about the Bruce Lee thing?
No, I'm just talking. in
Well,
general.
Bruce Lee was in it, yeah, but
No, Quentin Tarantino
Yeah,
got slammed by Bruce Lee's daughter, saying you
Yeah.
made my dad look like a dick.
Really?
Well, he kind of did too, but
Did
you
he?
know, again, it's a fake.
It's
Reality.
a fictional account.
Yeah, it's a fake reality. Like, yes, some of the actors are real people, but the whole thing is a fake
Right.
reality. All right, so we won't talk about that then. I got a good one, though, for both of you.
Yeah.
Actually, for all three of us. What age did you start masturbating? And not like just, hey, look at that, I got a boner. I mean, jerking. Where you were like, now I know about jerking off. Let's
Honestly,
get
don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
it. Estimate.
it was like 12 or 13.
Wow, that
I did, and one of those ages, 11, 12, or 13, I did, and nothing came out, but the sensation
But
was
the
there.
feeling was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I remember. I think I was like 10 or 11 probably the
Why?
first time.
Why do you ask?
Just in general, because I'm wondering if like...
Yeah, I was wondering where he was going with
No,
this.
because you got to think every guy's different, right? You know what I mean? Like, not
Okay.
every guy's jumping on the board at like, you know, oh, well, we just turned 11, everybody start jerking off. You know what I mean?
Could be a religious element where you were told not to do it, and you wait till you move out of your house. No, I'm serious.
Is that what happened to you? Oh, all right. He was fucking jerking off like a spider monkey in that house.
Oh my god.
His fucking mother's fur coat didn't need a hanger, as the once great Andrew Dice Clay said. All right, I got a versus.
Good.
It's kind of a weird one, and I want you to think on it because one of them, yes, is a homicidal killer, and the other one is not.
This is a death match?
Yes, it's a death match, and it's a very odd one.
Okay.
Chucky,
Chucky the doll, the horror.
the doll.
Okay.
old school Chucky, not the new one,
Okay.
versus Ted.
Ted from with Marky Wahlberg?
Yes. Now, before you get into this, I know Chucky's a murdering maniac. Remember the fight Ted had with Mark Wahlberg. Just remember that.
See, Chucky is a one-dimensional villain, where Ted, I think, would outsmart him.
I think I'm on that boat. I think Ted wins this fight. I think Ted wins this fight.
Now, what if you threw the leprechaun in there?
No. Right now, Leprechaun's got magic. You can't have him in there.
Didn't Chucky lose to like a 10-year-old girl?
A couple times, a 10-year-old boy, 10-year-old girl. Now, we're talking a small teddy bear, but they're probably about the same stature.
I'm gonna go with Chucky.
You're going with Chucky.
Yeah.
Why?
I like Chucky.
Yeah, not because
I got
you
faith.
like him.
I got faith in Chucky.
But what reasoning do you have behind him? Me and him have reasoning behind him.
Because
You know?
he's got the mentality to do anything.
Well, he is a psychopath. Yes.
But he's not smart.
Like you said, you would rather fight. You said you would rather fight the big guy than the short psychopath.
Absolutely, but
Yeah, but they're both
but
short.
you have to remember too.
No, I'm just saying, would you rather fight a short psychopath or a tall, sane person?
Sane person, yeah. I'd rather fight the tall, sane person.
It depends. Depends on who they are. If the short, crazy person has one leg, you tip him over.
No, but just a regular fucking
Just
short,
a
crazy
fucking
guy.
loony,
You know what I
a
mean?
small
like,
fucking
you don't want to fuck with
crazy
people
loony.
like that. You know what I mean? They might fucking
No, you
touch
don't-
you or
you-
gouge your eye out or
The
something.
most dangerous person in the world is someone with nothing to lose.
Yeah. So, but see, my whole thing here with Chucky is why it's no good. For one, he's irrational. For two, he acts on emotion. For three, there's no game plan to Chucky ever really.
Ted will outsmart him.
Yeah, Ted will outsmart the shit out of him. I think Ted will fuck him up. I really do. All right, I'm glad we got into that one. That was a good one. I held on to that for a couple weeks, and it finally came up. Let's see.
Chucky wins, tearing the stuffing out of Ted.
I don't even want to get into shootings anymore. I'm so done with shootings.
What's up with the Jeffrey Epstein? Let's talk about that.
We're gonna end
real
on
quick.
this because this is Jeffrey Epstein ran allegedly this pedophile ring that high-end government officials were a part of, that the Prince of England was a part of, Hollywood was a part of, all sorts of people were involved in this, what they called pedophile island.
Yeah.
Where they
Supposedly Bill Clinton allegedly was on the plane 30 times to this place.
I heard, a lot. He was on there a lot. Now, we all know fucking Slick Willie likes his fucking young girls because he fucked that fatty in his office.
Yeah.
So,
well, he did not
he got a blowjob.
have
Yeah, he
sex
got a blowjob.
with this lady.
But now, Jeffrey Epstein gets locked up. He's locked up not even a week. Goes to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Doesn't successfully do it. Now, for some reason, they put him in.
They had him on watch for 2 weeks.
No.
Right?
Yeah, they had no. They didn't. I don't think they ever had him on watch.
No, they did.
They put him in like
No, they did.
It was
have
a
him on
light- it was a
watch,
light
yeah.
watch.
But it was a light watch. And then the therapist said, no, you don't need to do it no more. Then they put him in solitary confinement, which is not 24/7 watch. A lot of people are like, you know, well, he's on 24/7 watch. No, he was in solitary confinement where sporadically people walk by your cell and go, you alive in there?
Yeah, but
Well, no,
there is
he had a- he-
solitary. There's a camera. They say the camera malfunctioned.
I heard that
He-
now too.
first,
Of
when
course
they
it
say-
did.
when
Of
he came
course
back
it
from
did.
there, he had somebody in his room for a little bit, and then they took he had a partner in the room, and then they took him out, and then he was in there. They said he had it was 48 hours of him not having anybody there with him, and there was a 3 to 6 hour span of nobody checking him.
Now, the wardens and all the people on duty at that time have been relieved of their duties. They're not fired, but they've been, go home, we'll call you when we need you type thing. Now, here's the thing about this whole thing. For one, they must think we're really fucking stupid as civilians.
They don't care.
To follow, to actually believe any of this horse shit. Because there's no fucking way this guy who has all these fucking things that's going to explode the fucking world, pretty much, as far as opening a fucking bag, can of worms.
The floodgate.
And you're not watching this guy all the time. There was the warden from wherever. He was like, he should have been in a gown. He should have been in a stripped-down room. And he should have been on 24/7 watch just for the fact of his high profile.
Yeah.
And that he tried to kill himself.
Look, here's the thing. Regardless of what the truth is, because you know we're never going to
get
know
Of
it.
course not.
What I do want to know is if this is the case, if this is the story they're going to give us that we have to swallow, then let's investigate every prison because they're obviously being run incorrectly.
And that's what's coming up now. And that's why all the prison people are like, whoa, 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 fuck you.
Yep.
Like, don't push this on us now.
But that's what's happening.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. People are going, well, what was wrong with the prison? So really? Really? That's what we're going to do?
Yeah.
We're going to fucking point the finger at the hardworking man. The guy's getting paid fucking probably 17, 18 bucks an hour to watch criminals. Criminals, murderers, and rapists. And you're going to start pointing the fingers at them, not the fact that this guy's a pedophile,
the government
not the fact
conspiracy
that Bill Clinton's on his
theory.
boat. I mean, his fucking plane, not the fact that fucking every billionaire on the planet has been to this guy's fucking island where there's alleged fucking rituals going on. Rituals. I don't know what kind of rituals, but when you hear ritual, it's never a good thing.
Yeah.
It's never a positive thing.
Oh.
It's either someone getting cut open or a virgin getting fucking sacrificed.
Or a bunch of pedophiles fucking young fucking
girls.
people, boys or girls.
And
It's just fucked up. And
it's so fucked up. And you want this one to just explode. You want it to explode because so many times they treat us like fucking children. They treat us like little babies.
But instead of people,
you can't handle knowing this.
but us, I'm talking to the general public. What do you see instead? Clinton memes, Trump memes. Clinton did it. Trump did it.
Yeah.
There are so many people that were implicated, that would have been implicated in this thing.
Now here's the thing with Trump. Now,
But they immediately take. But this is what we do. We take sides instead of everyone getting together, going, you know what? This motherfucker was going to take everybody down. Let's sit and try to figure out what happened. It's very simple.
Yeah.
To blame Hillary, to blame Trump.
Well,
And then-
FBI raided the island a day or two ago. They raided the whole island, and now FBI.
but the FBI works for them.
Exactly. That's why I threw up the quotes. You know, so it's like, what the fuck? Even if they're finding shit
Where's
on there,
Scotland Yard?
there's gonna be a patsy for this. Somebody's taking the fall for
You
this.
think so?
We won't. It
Oh,
won't,
yeah.
It won't be any high celebrity. It
There
won't
will be
any
an
big
Oswald.
politician, but someone is taking
Yep.
the fall for this. I guarantee you, someone will. We'll know his name. We'll hear it for about a day, and that'll be it.
And then his Jack Ruby will kill him.
Yeah.
And the one person that takes the fall for it,
Exactly
what
right.
the other 30, 40 people are off the hook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like they're all probably like surrounding themselves, like who we thrown into the pit,
Pretty much.
who's
taking the fall on
who's
this one?
doing this. But on the news, when you listen to it, it's there is no, so far has been seen no foul play.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the autopsy came back inconclusive also. Not inconclusive, but they still want to do more stuff. So
how do you
he hung
trust
himself,
anybody?
right?
How do you?
Case closed. But now the autopsy's coming back fucked up. The camera malfunction. Like there's all these
that's
things.
the thing. Like, why do you care about the autopsy at this point? You know, whatever it says is going to be.
How do you trust
doctored.
what? How do you trust what any of these
Here we
people
go.
say?
Literally just popped up on my phone. Jeffrey Epstein bragged about having dirt on the rich and famous, including drug use and sexual tendencies, and was unapologetic about being a sex offender, which allowed people to confide in him with their own secrets. So this motherfucker went to the grave. You know, only two. There's only two ways to keep a secret.
Dude,
Now-
he was a walking atomic bomb. His mouth could have set off
chain of
shockwaves
events.
and fucking ruin everyone
And not just
involved.
America. Like people think it would just hurt.
It was
like America.
It was England.
England. It was France. It was everywhere.
Like-
prime ministers.
No joke. It was an international incident in that cell.
Yeah, yeah.
So fucked up.
And that's the thing. There's so many dirty hands in it because it's worldwide.
I
This
would have
isn't
been
just
okay with them
America.
just saying, you know what? We did this for you, America. We had to kill this motherfucker. At least be honest about it.
I would
Not that I would
absolutely accept
agree
that.
with it, but I'm saying, like, don't play us.
I would absolutely accept that because that's the thing. Yeah, like so, they sit here and go, "We're free, we're free, we're free." We're not free of anything because they spoon feed us what they want us to know. They tax the shit out of us. You know, like. Yeah,
but people-
America's a great country. I'm not trying to put that down. It's the best country as far as I'm concerned. It really is. But, you know, you have this illusion of freedom. Can I put a pool in my backyard without getting permission from mommy and daddy?
No, you need
I
need
can't.
to pay out the ass for permits.
People don't have to be as blind to things as they are. Again, like I said, the second this happened, they just went to jump on their political side so they can go on Twitter and throw stones at the other side. This is not a partisan issue.
No, it's not. Everybody's involved in this. Yeah. This isn't-
And that's the thing. Like, we don't have to lump ourselves, put on the jersey and lump ourselves in a team. The team should be America
Yeah.
versus the politicians that are making the laws for us. But people get suckered into this
split.
Yeah.
this
Into the
team
split.
thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
into the split. And that's what they want. Because how
Yes.
did America become America? A revolution.
Yeah.
America stood up and said, fuck you, government.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And
This
that's what
government. This
Here's your
government.
fucking tea.
Yeah. And that's what we were founded on. And now the government goes, shit, we don't want them doing that again. All right, let's fucking... Why do you
Yep.
think they spend so much money on military? Because there's so many of us, if we decided to make an upheaval, there's no chance civilians could survive. No chance. We'd get fucking slaughtered.
How do we get the people that are in charge the fuck out? How do we make a new America?
You don't.
You know, like
it's
but-
like Hollywood government politics. It's who you know and who your dad
You
was
start
before.
by getting all the facts before you start retweeting things about people you don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You start by not taking the bait.
Yeah.
Because the water park Wendy and the Chris Cuomo, all that did, rather than make it a human interest story where people say, you know what, I don't want to be harassed when I'm eating with my family,
Yeah.
immediately said, Democrat, Republican,
Yeah.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Distraction. Smoke and mirrors.
just use your fucking head.
Smoke and mirrors. That they're
Stop
really-
acting high and mighty. Stop acting like you don't have bad days, and stop crucifying others for it so you could feel better.
Yeah.
Instead, say, you know what? We make mistakes,
Yeah.
but we're better than this as a nation. We're
Yeah.
better than this as a society.
But no, everybody's got their ego and their team now to fucking
Yeah.
rally behind, and they've divided America really
Yep.
fucking good, man.
Yeah.
They've really divided this motherfucker up well.
Yeah.
I got one more thing I want to get into. It's a silly thing. I was watching Jaws. Quint, fuck him. He deserved to die, and here's why. Here's why. Remember when Brody and Hooper go out and they find Ben Gardner? Remember Hooper's beautiful fucking boat? That gigantic fucking
Yeah.
with sonars and also. Why didn't they take that boat? It was available. Why'd they take that hunk of shit, the Orca, when this guy had this fucking probably $250,000 fucking boat sitting right next to it? What, because Quint wants to take his boat? Fuck you. You take your shitty boat. We're going on the nice boat. We'll follow you. But fuck him. He deserved to die. Fucking idiot. They had a beautiful. That thing had sonars and lights and cages, all sorts of shit that would have helped with the fucking getting Jaws. They would have got Jaws in 5 minutes with his boat.
And that would have been the end of the movie.
But, yeah, but you look at it, like looking back on it, I'm watching it the other day, and I noticed the Ben Gardner scene. I'm like, that's a great boat. And then I go, oh, wait, it's Hooper's boat. Wait. Why didn't they take Hooper's boat to go get Jaws? That would have been way easier. You know?
No movie.
I get it, but you know, you look at shit like that, and it like ruins a movie for you. Like the dumbest little, it didn't ruin Jaws for me, but that dumb little thing now is in the back of my head, going, all this is for naught. If you would have just took Hooper's boat, you know. Like,
And that's that, I guess, huh?
yeah. So, all right, guys, that's it.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
It was our pleasure, brother. Orlando 94.3, theshark.com.
Yeah.
Is it The Shark or 94.3?
No point. 94.3theshark.com.
94.3theshark.com. Go listen live every morning. It's free. Fuck.
It is
You can't
free.
beat it. And it's rock radio. It's great. And he's always talking about interesting shit, so it's a good time. And they got a phone number. You can call up no matter where you are in the country and break his balls. if you want.
631-955-0943.
Look at that. That's a fucking professional right there. That is a professional. Stay tuned. We got This Is Life coming up right after this. We're going to go into it almost immediately, so stay tuned for that. Russo'sBrand.com, of course. Head over there now. Sign up. It's only $3.95 a month. You get over 12 shows weekly. It's a good time. You can download them. You can fucking do whatever you want with them. Just go sign up. It's fucking less than $1 a week. Jesus Christ. If you're a wrestling fan or if you're a Super Ugly fan, go over there and support it. StatementGames.com, of course. We love those guys over at Statement Games. Obi Radio. Go check out the Obi Radio podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And, of course, our lovely good friend, Chef Carl. If you're in Manhattan, head downtown to the
La
Meatpacking
Cubana.
District and go to La Cubana. Tell them Super Ugly Show sent you. I'm actually going there for my birthday, Friday the 13th.
Nice.
So if you're in Manhattan on Friday the 13th, look out for me. I'll be there, La Cubana, partying it up, and then fucking with kidnapping Carl, and we're going out and partying all over the fucking city. So it's going to be a good time. Good fucking time. Orlando, it was a pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Seriously.
I'm happy we're back, and stay tuned, guys. This Is Life is coming up literally in minutes. It's not going to be a half-hour break this time. We're going to be going almost immediately. I just want to do a couple things. So see you next Tuesday.